Convo Wednesday. I have a special guest here. All right, I'm a little excited, so I want to get right to it, of course, but I want to do the whole introduction first. This is Coffee Convo Wednesday for Wednesday, August 5th, 2020, episode 221. I'm Cindy Simmons. I'm going to be your host today, as I am each and every Coffee Convo Wednesday. This is a show where we talk about 3 topics, and then we give you something fun at the end. And we'll be here for about 15 or 20 minutes. So whatever you're drinking right now, why don't you go ahead and comment below. Let us know. I am having a little coffee, and you are having
lemonade.
I want to introduce my special guest today. This is my newly turned 15-year-old daughter, Lily Jane.
Hi.
We are a family of 5. It's me, my husband Eric, who owns mysmartshirt.com. He puts logos on stuff. It's a promotional products company, and that's where you can find him, at mysmartshirt.com. We have 2 daughters, this gorgeous beauty over here, and then also our other daughter, who is 7, and my mama Jane, who is a 4-time cancer surviving rock star. I'm originally from Los Angeles, born and raised about 30 minutes away from Disneyland, and now our family lives about 30 minutes away from Walt Disney World. My background is radio. I've been on the radio for most of my life, at least since you've been born, and we've been doing this show for over 4 years now, and I love it, and I'm so happy that you're here. And I'm more excited that my teenage daughter, Lily, is here today. So yay, welcome. I'm gonna be like having this perma-grin on my face because we have some funny things to share with you, and then a fun day that we had yesterday that we're very excited to tell you about, and also something fun to give away. Speaking of giving away, we have to say congratulations. If I butcher your name, I'm sorry. I should have asked to Marlene from Florida. She won last week's Purdue Farms Weekend Warrior Bundle, which we've been eating the heck out of, and it's so good. So congratulations to you right here in Florida. Yay! Should we get started with topic number 1? Yeah. So, as I said, we live in Florida, in Orlando, Florida, and we were supposed to get hit with a, hurricane, pretty decent size, I guess, hurricane, and nothing really happened on Sunday, thankfully. I mean, we got like a little bit of a rain shower, but nothing.
Just like a shower, not even a shower.
Yeah, it was like not even a shower. And she was very busy shopping with her dad, spending all of her birthday money and her hard-earned babysitting money and dog walking money. She's been really earning a lot this summer. But something happened on Sunday when your dad brought something up, and of course Lily was like, "Mom, how have you never told me this story before? Have you told Coffee Convo Wednesday? Oh my goodness." So I wanted to have her on so we could talk about this, because I don't know if I've ever shared this story, mostly because it's so embarrassing, and if I have shared this story, maybe some of you have heard it, but do you want to talk about it?
Well, so he was telling me, he was like, "Oh, babe, did you get the life jackets ready?" Like teasing you, and I said, "What do you mean life jackets?" And he said, "Well, your mom, back when Irma hit, bought life jackets and waterproof cell phone holders. She thought we were gonna be swimming down the street."
Okay. In fairness, if you have not heard this story before, I grew up in California where we had earthquakes. So I have never been around hurricanes, tornadoes, or any of those natural disasters. I'm more of an earthquake kind of girl. We just moved to Orlando in not even a month? Maybe like a month after we moved here, Hurricane Irma hit. Well, I had just seen the devastation in Houston, and I realized I don't live at the beach. We don't live at the beach. We don't live.
I think we're about an hour away, but still, that's far.
Yeah, but I wasn't thinking the beach was gonna tsunami us. I thought we live near a lake, and it's the 3rd largest lake in Florida. I know. The more I try to justify it, just makes it.
The more it sounds even crazy.
Right, sounds crazy. Even crazier. We live near the 3rd largest lake in Florida, Lake Apopka. And in my
She thinks
paranoid,
it's an ocean. You can see the other side. It's not an ocean.
but it does look like an ocean.
Yeah, it's big.
So in my head, I don't know what I thought was going to happen. A hurricane was going to hit, or a tornado, and it was going to take all the water and flood our neighborhood. That's what I thought. And the funny thing is, my husband, who is from Naples, Florida, he sort of just went along with the whole thing. So we went to Walmart days before the hurricane, and no joke, I bought 5 life.
I'm so embarrassed that you're my mom right now.
I bought 5 life jackets.
5.
5. Then I bought
They're gigantic too.
gigantic life jackets. And every time I think about it, it makes me die. Then I bought these
I
clear.
can just picture you coming home like, oh, I got the life.
I did. They were all packed in the cart, and I came home, and I also bought these clear plastic things for
All the red ones, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and they're all up in the closet
yes,
too.
that you put a cell phone in, and I listed all of our names and birth dates in case.
Well, they came in, and those ended up coming in handy.
Yes.
For like
Thank
if we
you.
go to Disney water parks, and the water jackets
Yes.
for if we go on like Daddy's friend's boat,
I
but
like how you're
but not
thinking.
for hurricanes.
No. In my head, I thought that if we floated away and we had a life jacket on and
She
we
thought
had
we'd be
these
swimming down the street.
right, we had these dangling around our necks and someone found us, all my mom's information would be on there, our address, phone numbers, all of our relatives would be in my head. It sounded brilliant, but clearly nothing bad happened. Well, I mean, we had water damage in our house, and we
Yeah.
lost power for 3 or 4 days and lost all of our food, but we didn't lose lives, thank you God. And it was just,
But we had life jackets.
but we had life jackets, y'all. I think that's important to note. Oh my goodness, every time I think about it, it's so funny. Auntie ML, one of my dearest friends, when I told her the story, and she was born and raised in Florida, and so was her husband,
I'm never gonna let you live this down.
she went and told all of her friends, and yeah, so now they tell that story when any hurricane information comes up. All of that to say, the hurricane on Sunday was no big deal.
But
And
you got the life jackets out.
I did not get the life jackets out because now that I've lived here for 3 years, okay, we've been here 3 years, now we have a better understanding of hurricanes. It was, the fear of the unknown, and I'm crazy apparently. I'm bananas. B-A-N-A-S. Anyway, so we had to share that story because it made her laugh so hard on Sunday when we were talking about it. All right, topic number 2. And if you haven't had a chance, we would love for you to like this video or share it. A share equals a care. I'm just making that up.
Did you just rhyme?
I did.
She just rhymed.
I rhymed. All right, topic number 2. We were talking about this because you're such an amazing kid. And when I told you that we had decided that we were going to have to pull you from school, you and your sister, you were so great. I mean, I know you were disappointed, but I'm so proud of you and how you reacted.
Thank you.
Like, you were just great. You were understanding about it. So we started talking about things that she would need to feel organized while we were doing virtual school for the next year, her first year of high school. And she said, well, I really need a planner. And so we got a planner. You got a planner.
Yeah.
And then I said, well, I'm so used to doing everything on my phone, like everything. And
Well, at that time, I didn't, like last year when we were doing online school, I just had my iPad. But I would mostly do a lot on the computer.
yeah,
But I mean,
but you feel like you wanted to be a little more organized with writing things down,
yeah, I'm more both, I guess.
like visual. Because she's
Yeah.
been doing, what's the thing that you got that you love that you're doing the journaling?
Bullet journaling.
Yeah, she's so creative and so good at bullet journaling. So I think getting a planner made sense. And so then I thought, okay, I'm going to get a planner too. So I had actually won a gift certificate. And so we were able to afford to buy 2 new planners, which was awesome because I never win anything because I'm always giving you guys prizes, which is so fun. So it was fun to actually win something. And so we got planners, but it got me to thinking, I was such a written planner, like old school planner forever. And then I finally made the switch to the cell phone calendar, and I do that for everything. Like I organize our family social calendar on that.
You're really good at that. Like you like to do that.
Thanks. Yeah, I do. I do enjoy doing that. But I thought with having to school your sister, it might be easier if I had something where visually in front of me that I could write notes for her. Since, you know, I am going to be her teacher now and your teacher.
Yeah. Well, it's not so much mine.
Yeah, you're right, because there's more on the computer. But so we got planners, but it got me to thinking, I posed this question on Instagram and on Facebook. I'd love to know, are you an old school planner person or are you a digital planner person, or maybe both? Because we sort of figured that out, that we're a little bit of both, because I think sometimes it's neat to have the bing, like the electronic reminder.
Like reminders in Google Calendar, because I just got that a couple of days ago, and that's been helpful because I use that for school, and the reminders just, but like if you just want to write everything down, then you know this is better.
Have you started entering stuff into your planner yet?
I don't think so. I think I was more rating like for oh yeah, I did.
Oh yeah, let's show that.
Like that.
I love that you highlight with different colors. That's pretty cool.
I use mild liners, so like every month I use a different color. Mild liners are really helpful. Like I like to use those for
Mild liners?
Yeah, it's like it's a highlighter. It's like a highlighter tip, and then it has a thin tip at the end, so it's double, and it's good for like just highlighting things. And I use it for bullet journaling as well, and then just in here too.
I could listen to her talk about the phone book. She makes me so happy. I really could. Just hearing you tell me about anything makes my heart happy. Okay, I'm going to get all emotional, so I'm not going to talk anymore about how much I love you.
Yesterday.
Yesterday was so... Should we just get right to what happened yesterday?
Yes.
So yesterday was a big day for this one. So why don't you start and talk about why it was such a big deal?
I couldn't even sleep.
She couldn't.
Well, the whole day I thought I was just getting my braces off and my hair cut, and so I mean I was so excited for my braces. I've only had them on like a year and a half. I was just really excited, and yeah. And then so I got my braces off, and it was already like the best day ever for me. And then we went to go get, after I got my hair cut, we went to go get ice cream, and then we went and sat down and like in downtown in the park. Well, I guess it's not really a park, but
Yeah, it's like a downtown area.
Yeah,
A little park-like.
like the swings. And then I looked down and I thought someone lost their phone, and
Yeah, you have to tell the whole story.
It was
so
okay.
If you have, there is a video, and if you are watching on Facebook or YouTube, the video is on Facebook and the video is on Instagram. But I would love for you to tell the story as loud as humanly possible, because it's such a fun...
She's watched the video, I'm not even joking, like 100 times.
She's not lying. I probably
I heard
have.
her downstairs this morning,
I totally have.
and she was dying laughing.
It makes me laugh so much and then get so emotional. But I would love to hear what you thought was happening from your...
I was genuinely confused.
I know, and that's what's so funny about the
Yeah.
video. But okay, so tell them what happened and why you were so confused.
So we went to go get ice cream in downtown Winter Garden, and we walked back, and my mom, you know, was a little bit in front, and my sister Luna and I were walking, and then we sat on benches, but they're like swinging benches. So she was saying that we were gonna take pictures. So she was holding her phone up like this, not moving for like 5 minutes straight. I'm like, what are you doing? And so then I hear a phone start to ring, and it's under the seat. And then I was like, Mom, your phone's ringing. And then you're like, that's not mine. And then I was like, oh no, someone lost their phone. And
You're so sweet. I'm so concerned.
I thought someone lost their phone because I've found many lost phones. And so then you're like, oh, you should pick it up, and you know we can try and take it somewhere. And I was like, oh, okay. And then you said, get her ice cream, like to Luna, but I thought you were saying to me. So I, you know, get my ice cream, and I'm like,
she's posing.
Because she's still holding the camera.
I'm still holding the camera like this, and she's
I'm
posing.
And then you're like, Lily, get the phone. And I was like, what do you mean? And I was like, oh, it must be a teenager. It says Padre, because that's my dad's user, or like contact name.
Yeah.
Mainly because I don't know why, but he doesn't like.
Well, you've been taking Spanish.
Well,
too,
yeah,
at
too.
school, so.
And then I was like, oh, it must be a teenager, because a lot of teenagers will do that. And so I was like, that's Dad. And then I was like, wait, is this for me? Because then at that moment it had clicked. And so I was like, and you're like, answer the phone. Because I was just so confused. So I picked up, I'm like, hello? And then you both were like, surprise. And because my dad was talking, and he's like, we feel like you really matured, and you've become really responsible, and we feel like you're ready for a phone, and we're just so proud of you. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. And I said, I thought someone lost their phone, and he was like, yeah, for 15 years they did. And yeah, and then, but I will say, I'm glad you guys waited for that day, because like that day was already like the best day ever for me, and then it turned into the double best day ever.
It was so emotional for me, I think, because we have really been trying so hard to commit to not giving her a cell phone until we felt that she was really ready. And I want to be careful to remind you that what we chose to do is no reflection of how we feel about what another parent chooses to do. Because sometimes I think people can misunderstand, like, oh, well, you waited to get a cell phone and I'm the worst parent ever because I didn't. And that would never be what I'm saying, because I would never say that. I wouldn't comment that on someone's post. I think what you have to do or want to do for your kids and your family is what you choose to do. We talk about this all the time on the show. You got to do you, I'm going to do me. And it's the same with anything really in life, like homeschooling. You have to make the best decision for your family, and we can't judge anyone else for what they're doing, especially during this crazy time. But I think for us, I know it was such a different time when I was her age, because my mom and I talk about that all of the time. We lived in a neighborhood that was a dead-end neighborhood, meaning if you came into our neighborhood, you were one of the 25 houses that were in our neighborhood, or you were lost. And we had lost cars once in a while. But I worked babysitting in my neighborhood when I was 12, but it was for people across the street. In our neighborhood, she's started working, watching dogs, walking dogs.
I started like when I was 12 with one of my good friends. We started a dog walking business, and then as we got older, we sort of grew out of it. But dog walking was like my first job. And then I started, plant watering. And then when I turned 13, I got into babysitting.
Yeah.
And so I've been doing a lot of those three, mostly dog walking and babysitting now.
And I think for us, it just became a safety thing. Like, we wanted to be able to, like, when I babysat, it was usually across the street or right around the corner. I think there was only one time my mom had to drive me over to somewhere that was outside of the neighborhood, or I might have even been driving at that time, now that I think about it. But in our neighborhood, it is a public neighborhood, so anyone can be driving through here, and it's a big neighborhood. So, I mean, we don't even know 1/8 of the people who live here. Yeah. And it's a great neighborhood, but I think for us, it just became a safety thing, that we wanted to be able to communicate with her, and more importantly, her to feel safe wherever she goes in case she needs us, in case of emergency. But we did learn, at school, she would walk to the office and call us if she needed us.
Yeah.
Or you would ask a friend or her coach when you were doing basketball.
I mean, as much it was embarrassing. They're like, why don't you just use your phone? I'm like, because I don't have a phone.
Yeah.
I mean, my close friends knew, but yeah. I think that's the hardest thing, is telling people, because I got made fun of a lot, I will say. But then right before, or I'd say before COVID started, so like a month before we got out of school, I really started to not feel so insecure, and then I just would be like, no, I don't have a phone, because I don't want a phone, or I'm not ready for it. And, even though they'd still be like, well, that's dumb, I would just...
And that's what is a big fat bummer, because where does that come from? Why do kids even feel like, oh, well, you're below me, or you're looked down upon because you don't have a phone? I think that's what's disappointing. We have to be better about raising our kids to not react like that, no matter what it is, whether it's a cell phone or.
And I feel like a lot of people get judged for like the type of phone they have, like, or say someone has like a Samsung or something, they're like, oh my gosh, you have a Samsung, Apple's the best. Or if someone has the iPhone 11 or, you know, a 7, or, I mean, they all work the same.
Right, they all get a phone call, text, get on the internets. But what was one, I thought this was so insightful when she said this to me before she got her phone, because she did not know that she was getting the phone yesterday. It was our way of saying, we're proud of you. You've been working so hard. You're starting high school virtually, which seems daunting and not so fun. And so we wanted her to be like, yay, about this. But you said something to me about how your friends are with their cell phones.
Oh, it's like a necessity. They are so addicted. Cause I have a friend. Well, I used to have a friend, and I would be in the middle of a story, and she would literally be like on her phone texting. I'm like, "Are you listening to me?" She's like, "What? Oh yeah. What were you saying? Can you start over?" And I'm like, "I've been telling you a 5-minute story," and she's just, you know, she thinks Snapchat or something like that is more interesting than, you know, what I'm talking about. And I now have a lot of good friends that, you know, don't do that, and they aren't obsessed with their phones.
I wish I could tell you that it's just kids, but everyone will probably give a like right now for every time that has ever happened to a grown-up. It happens to us too. Someone will be telling you something and you're like, you know, or you're telling someone something and that's what they're doing. And it makes you feel so stinky, like, hi, I was just telling you a story. Hello, I'm telling you, hello, right here, I'm telling you a story. I get it. You know, I can almost give a pass for someone who's like a brain surgeon or a doctor who's on call. You know, a really important job like that, or a family emergency where you have to take a call. But
that's why you guys are in my emergency contacts.
Right.
That's also how I knew it was my phone, because the color of the case, it's like a teal, and that's my favorite color. She's like, that's also how it just clicked.
I wish we would have thought to, and I don't think he's watching, I wish we would have thought to tell Daddy to call during the show, because one of the agreements, do you want to tell him?
No, you go ahead.
One of the agreements was whatever ringtone that we decided would be for me, and the ringtone we decided that would be for her dad, she has to keep those, and that she is not allowed to change the ringtones. So what did we choose for Daddy?
I should text him.
Yeah, maybe you can text him. We'll text him and we'll see if it works. Just quickly text him, and because the phone is off, I realized too.
Yeah.
So okay, we'll do this and then. So
it's terrible.
It's
but
terrible.
I picked out one for my dad first because I still need to do one for you. He hates the song "Cruise" by Florida Georgia Line.
He does. I don't know why.
And I found this one where it's like it's saying like your daughter's calling, but to that like to the music of that.
So for me, mine is obnoxious, but it's not as bad as her dad. So I picked this song Belle from the new Beauty and the Beast, because the part where, and it starts off going, bonjour, 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 bonjour. There goes the baker. Because it makes me laugh so hard, and it makes me it makes me laugh. It makes me happy because I love that song so much. So now every time I call her, it's like, bonjour, bonjour. So it's obnoxious.
Well, and I was just at a friend's house, and we were like talking about some, I don't even remember what we were talking about. And he called me because he didn't know I was at a friend's house.
Just yesterday.
And it starts like blaring, and so I'm like, wait, and we both got so scared, and then we started laughing so hard.
Did he write back?
No, it hasn't.
Okay, turn it on the phone just in case he does.
Okay.
So anyway, so we made this agreement. We picked out a silly picture of him and a silly picture of me, and decided that, you know. So I don't know if maybe why don't you just call him and just say, I'm live on Coffee Convo. Can you call me so everyone can hear your ringtone? Just do that. And then what I'll do is I will tell you about the giveaway while you're doing that. So we decided, because it's called Coffee Convo Wednesday, and we both love coffee, well, decaf for her because she is not allowed to have caffeine, that this week on the show, we are going to give you a Starbucks gift card. Woo-hoo-hoo. So if you would like to win a Starbucks gift card, all you have to do is comment Starbucks and tell us the name of the state where you're watching Coffee Convo Wednesday right now, and you have an opportunity to win a Starbucks gift card. Also, we're going to put this show on YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube, please go to Facebook and you can get one bonus entry. If you're watching on Facebook, you can go to YouTube and get one bonus entry, Starbucks, and the name of the state where you're watching Coffee Convo Wednesday. Of course, it's going to be the time that he cannot answer the phone today. And now you're all going to be hanging in suspense, wondering. Oh, wait, he is. The 3 dots are happening right now. Okay, I think he's going to call. I know him, and if he sees that, he's going to go, oh, I got to call right now. It's so obnoxious.
It's terrible.
I mean, it's terrible. All right, so Starbucks and the name of the state where you're watching Coffee Convo Wednesday.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Pick it up and tell him to call right back. You silenced the ring?
I actually silenced it. I just need to turn it up.
Okay, and then we're going to put it as close there so that they can...
So you can see the picture, too.
Oh, you're going to want to see the picture, too, because it's obnoxious. It's pick up for Dad.
Thank you.
Best ringtone.
Is it though? Is it?
It so is. All right, that's it for us. We're out of here. I'm so excited that you were here today. Thank you. I love you. I'm so happy that you had the best day ever. You deserve every day to be the best day ever. I love you. Look, I didn't even cry today.
I'm proud of you. She cried. I think she got most of her cries out because she only has 2 cries a week.
She only allows me 2 cries. 2 cries. 2 cries a week. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with us and listening to us share our stories and laughing along with our family and crying on Sundays along with our family. But we're so grateful that you come here each and every week for Coffee Convo Wednesday. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, we appreciate it so much. You can follow me on all of the socials by going to cindysimmons.com, and don't forget, we're on TikTok now, so you can find us doing silly, crazy family fun. Sometimes she loves it and sometimes she hates it.
Mostly hate.
Well, strongly dislikes. At I am Cindy Simmons. But come and join us on Instagram. We're on Instagram all the time as well. And thank you for being here. We can't wait to see you next week for Coffee Convo Wednesday. Spread joy and kindness like Nutella. And thank you for being here. Love you. Ready?
Bye.
Bye.